A long time ago, in a quiet village surrounded by tall baobab trees, sweet guava trees, and flowing rivers, there lived a young girl named Amina. She was the daughter of Mama Tond and Papa Tond, who were humble farmers. They loved their daughter deeply. Amina was not just pretty, she was stunning. Her skin shone like polished bronze in the sunlight. Her eyes sparkled like morning dew on leaves. Her hair was thick and black, falling past her shoulders. People said even the gods had worked carefully to make her perfect. But along with her beauty came pride. Every morning, while other children fetched water or helped their parents, Amina would wake up, wash her face, and sit in front of a small mirror her father had bought from a traveling trader. She would tilt her head, pout, blink her eyelashes, and giggle. "Who is more beautiful than me?" she whispered. "No one. Not in this village. Not in the world. I deserve a prince, a king, the richest man alive." Mama Tond would enter the room and sigh. "Amina, please help me peel these yams. Your father will be back soon." "Peel yams? My hands are too soft for this," Amina hissed. "Let someone else do it. I am too beautiful for hard work." Mama Tond shook her head sadly and walked away. When other girls went to the river to fetch water, Amina stayed behind to comb her hair. When women swept the village square, she sat and polished her nails with crushed hibiscus petals. When the village gathered to help build a new granary, she stayed indoors, admiring herself in the mirror. Her friends loved her and invited her to play or walk with them, but Amina laughed at them. One by one, her friends married humble men. Binta married a fisherman, Lola married a farmer, Sod married a carpenter. Amina mocked them all. "Binta's husband smells like fish," she giggled. "Lola's husband is poor and dirty. Soda's husband wears torn shoes. Ho ho ho. How laughable." Still, our friends were happy. And that made Amina even more jealous. "I will marry a prince. I will wear gold and ride in a carriage. Everyone will bow to me," she said, spinning in front of her mirror. One busy market day, the village was alive with colors and laughter. Women sold yams, peppers, and fresh tomatoes. Children ran around, and drummers played soft rhythms under a mango tree. Amina dressed herself in her finest wrapper, tied her hair with a red scarf, and rubbed palm oil on her skin to shine. She walked through the market like a queen. People stopped to stare. She loved the attention. Suddenly, she bumped into Mama Fola, the oldest woman in the village. Mama Fola's back was bent, her hands shook, and she carried a bundle of firewood. The firewood fell everywhere, and Mama Fola stumbled to her knees. "Watch where you are going, old woman," Amina shouted. "Do you know who I am? You ruined my outfit." Mama Fola looked up calmly. "My child, I did not mean to." "Stay in your hut," Amina hissed. "Don't bring your rotten firewood near me again." The villagers gasped. "Amina, apologize. She is an elder," they whispered. But Amina ignored them and strutted away. Mama Fola slowly gathered her wood, shaking her head. Then she raised her hands to the sky, her voice like thunder. "Amina, your beauty will leave you. Your pride will become your prison. You will not see beauty again until you learn humility, until you serve the one you would never choose." The market went silent. Even the birds stopped chirping. That night, Amina looked into her mirror. A strange heat ran across her skin. She laughed nervously. "What kind of joke is this?" The next morning, she screamed. Her smooth skin had become rough like sandpaper. Her eyes were dull. Her hair was falling out. Her lips were dry and cracked. "Mama! Mama! Look at me," she cried. "I'm cursed. My beauty is gone." Mama Tond wept. "My daughter, this is the result of pride. You mocked Mama Fola. You refused to listen. Now, you must learn. Amina covered her mirror, no longer walked proudly, and stayed indoors. Villagers whispered, she was the most beautiful girl, now she looks like an old palm nut. Days later, a mysterious traveler came to the village. He wore a long robe and a straw hat that hid his face. "Where is Amina?" he asked. "Your curse can only be lifted if you marry the humblest, ugliest man alive. Not with your beauty, but with your heart. Only then shall you be free." Amina cried for days. Must she marry someone so repulsive to become whole again? But she knew deep down that this was her test. Soon, there was a knock at her door. Mama turned opened it, and there stood Oba, a short, hunched man with wrinkled skin, only a few brown teeth, and a mismatched robe. His walking stick thumped loudly with every step. "I am here to marry Amina," he said with a crooked smile. Amina froze. He looked worse than the curse itself. But she remembered the traveler's words, "Not with your beauty, but with your soul." "Yes," she whispered. The villagers gasped. "She is marrying him." The wedding was quiet. No music, no drums. Amina wore a faded dress. Oba wore torn clothes. Her pride was gone. That night, in their small hut, Oba snored like thunder. His feet smelled, he drooled, he farted. Amina shivered, but she stayed strong. Days turned into weeks. Oba was grumpy and demanding. "Cook my food now. Wash my clothes. Scratch my back." But Amina did not complain. She woke early, fetched water, cleaned the hut, cooked, and washed clothes. She began helping villagers again, carrying firewood for elders, greeting everyone, feeding children. She apologized to her old friends. She became kind and humble. One day, she helped a little girl who fell in the market. Mama Fola watched from under a tree. She whispered, "She has changed." That night, Mama Fola appeared in Amina's dream. Her face glowed in the moonlight. "My child," she said gently, "your beauty is back, not in your face, but in your heart. You are truly beautiful now. When you wake, you will see." The next morning, Amina ran to the water and looked at her reflection. Her skin shone. Her eyes sparkled. Her hair was thick and black again. Her lips glowed. Her beauty had returned, but deeper, fuller, stronger. She ran outside, singing. The villagers cheered. The curse was broken. Oba stepped back. "You are not my wife. My wife is ugly." Amina smiled kindly. "Thank you, Oba. You were part of my journey." She gave him a calabash of food and left the hut. Soon after, a young prince from a faraway kingdom came to the village. He had heard of her change, how she had grown from pride to humility. He fell in love with her heart, not just her face. Their wedding was the grandest the village had ever seen. Amina never forgot her lesson. She treated everyone with kindness. She visited Oba, giving him clothes and food. She no longer worshipped her mirror, because she had learned that true beauty comes from within. Moral lesson. Pride leads to a fall, but humility lifts the soul. Beauty without kindness is like a fruit that looks sweet but tastes bitter. Respect everyone, no matter how small, old, or poor they may seem. True change begins in the heart.